Hey, what is going on, Geminis? Butch Tarot here. For all of you that's been here before, it's good to see you again. For anybody that's new, welcome. I am going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read. It is for your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I'm going to be using Wild Reflections Tarot. You may hear my heater. It is very cold in Canada today. Well, where I'm at in Canada. September starts to get a little bit colder. It's also 6:15 a.m. Yes, I'm an early riser. I like to get my day started early so I can get lots done. Don't sleep much, so there's some information you probably didn't need to know, but with all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what message do we have for Geminis? What is going on for the Geminis? Okay, Geminis. So the first thing I see, Geminis, I feel like first and foremost, this is someone you already know, and I feel like you already have a connection with this person. And I feel like it's more than a friendship, but I feel like lately it's been feeling just, it's been feeling just like a friendship. You're not really feeling that oomph, you know what I mean, from that person. It's feeling like you're more just like best friends. I feel like this person's been hiding something from you, and they haven't been telling you it all. They haven't been telling you everything. I feel like this person has been they kind of have this defensive energy around them. It's almost like they're not letting you in. But I feel like this is why, you know what I mean? We have the nine of wands, which is that defensive energy, but we also have that nine of swords, that anxiety. I mean, this person's kind of built up a wall around themselves, and I feel like you don't really know where you stand with this person, or not really sure where you stand. And like I said, lately it's been feeling more like a friendship than a romantic connection. What I see with this person, first and foremost, I feel like there's some chaotic energy going on. What you're picking up on, it's happening. There is some defensiveness with this person. There is holding back. I feel like this what I'm sensing is the strong connection you have with this person. And that's why it causes you worry, because it's like, do they feel the same way about me? Because they're not really showing me it. If they felt the same way as me, why am I not feeling it from them? The funny thing is, this may not be all that funny. Genuinely speaking, from what I can see from this person, and we'll get into that in a minute, the reason why this person is acting the way they are is because they do care more than you think they do. You know, I feel like this person's been hurt before. And I feel like they have trust issues. They have a hard time opening up. And because the feelings for you have become so real, and they're kind of getting to a place where this is heading to the next level, that's when the alarm starts going off. You know, that's when that little alarm in their head starts going off. It's like, okay, this is getting real. Now I'm getting scared. It reminds me of going when I went parachuting one time, or skydiving, whatever you would call it. The first time I went, I was excited. Couldn't even sleep the night before. I was excited. I was looking forward to it. But once you get on that plane, you get up there, and then you finally get to the door, and you're looking out, and you're like, okay, well, what the hell? That's when, like, you know, it all becomes very real. It hits you right away, and you're just like, okay, what the hell am I doing here? That's kind of the feeling. Like when you get to the point where it's real. And I don't want to compare this to like jumping out of a plane. I just mean like the buildup is easy. It's when you get to the point when it's really going to happen, when it's really happening. That's when sometimes, for some people, the alarm comes on. But what I see with this person, it's like that analogy when you get cold feet when you're about to get married. It's not because you don't want to get married, it's because now it's real. What I see with this person, I mean, don't overthink this, Gemini. You really don't need to. I feel like things are gonna, turn around here for you. This person thinks about you and only you. So I mean, you don't have to overthink that. You don't have to think that this person, is playing some sort of game. They're not into it. You're here by yourself. I mean, with this person, I feel like they show up for you, and I feel like they always do, and they always will. And I feel like there is some fear in this person because it's to a point where, you're really getting somewhere. And I feel like because of the betrayal that they faced before, and the trust issues they have, this is when they're, really getting, it's kind of getting to them. It's all becoming very real. But don't doubt the fact that they know what they want. And I mean, this bond that you have with this person is strong, and it will continue to grow. I mean, this person is going to find balance. Once they find that balance, we're going to have some big changes. I mean, I can't see this person, from the way I see this person feeling about you, they're not walking away from this. They don't want to walk away from this. So I feel like the big changes are coming, and I feel like they will come once this person finds balance. With that Temperance, that Sagittarius energy, I just feel like this person needs to, realize that whoever hurt them before wasn't you. Like I said, I feel like this person's been kind of feeling, you've been feeling like this person's been kind of holding back lately, or feeling like it's time to move forward, but we're not really moving forward. So like I said, I'm almost feeling like it's more of like a best friend than a romantic relationship lately, because you're not feeling it. That's all going to change. Like I said, with that Six of Wands, that's the big changes. I mean, we have the Lovers card, that Gemini energy. I feel like you have a deep connection with this person, and I feel like I said, they're not going anywhere. They don't want to walk away from this with the Eight of Cups, and they're not going to walk away from this. I feel like fear creeped in a little bit, but it's not gonna consume them. It's not gonna overwhelm them. Like I said, I mean, when I went skydiving, I got to that door and I freaked out. I still jumped, and that's what I see with this. I do see this person opening up to you, and I feel like you're getting, you're gonna get the answers that you've been wanting. You're gonna get they are gonna open up to you. The walls are gonna come back down. Communication is going to open up. You know, and I mean, you are going to move forward with that Chariot. I mean, it was always meant to move forward. I feel like you knew that. This person knows what they want, and they know what they don't want. You know, and we have the Nine of Cups as well. I really love these cards. I mean, I always look at the usually Temperance is a big card that I look at. The Lover's card, the Sun card. I don't know what your favorite card is. Mention down below what card you like to see in a deck and like to see the look of. You know, when you first get a deck, I always check through it to see what each card looks like, and they're the cards I kind of like go to. I mean, we have the Temperance as well, so it's really cool. I got a little sidetracked there, but like I said, this person shows up for you, and that should speak volumes. You know, I feel like you know this person is there for you. The best friend vibe, I just feel like this person's kind of in their head. Things are getting real. You know, and I feel like this person does... I feel like they do hold back a little bit emotionally. They're just having a hard time getting there, but they will get there. I mean, they don't want to go anywhere else. I mean, I get a sense with this person that this is something they've never truly felt before. And that does scare them, but it's not going to scare them off. I feel like they're stronger than that. You know, I feel like the connection that they have with you is stronger than that. This is just a case of seeing the negative instead of the positives. You know, and it's like I said, I mean, you get cold feet. You know, people get that cold feet, but they still get married, and they end up being happy. And it's not because they don't want to marry that person. It's because it just became real. You know, we can talk about a lot of things in life, but until it's in the physical realm, right there in front of us, we're not sure what we're going to do with that. We're not sure how we're going to react. I feel like this person is getting to the point where they know there's no turning back now, and things are becoming real. And it scares them a bit because I feel like they're afraid that they're going to fall flat on their face. But once they realize that you're going to catch them, and they'll always catch you, that's what it's all really about. Like I said, I mean, the thing is with Geminis are the communicators. And when someone's not communicating with us, it may give us, you know, I don't know why I say us because I'm not a Gemini, but when people aren't communicating with Geminis, communication breakdown, shit gets crazy. You know, Geminis need that communication. But with this person, I feel like their actions are always on point. You know, they show up for you. They do the work. I just feel like emotionally this person has a hard time opening up. I don't feel like that's always going to be the case because I feel like things are going to move forward. I mean, I feel like just that kind of chaotic energy lately is just like you're not getting that from them. You don't know how they feel. You know, they're not really showing you the emotion, and it's at a time where you think they should be. They're getting there. Like I said, they're thinking about you and only you. They are a bit defensive. They are a bit anxious, but like I said, it's a good thing. I know I'm a Sagittarius and I'm an optimist, but I believe it's a good thing. I believe it's a good sign that things are moving forward. Because if they didn't feel this way, that would be a bad sign. For this person, the energy I'm getting from this person is that's how they operate. Not saying everybody operates that way. This person does. Now with this person, We have Gemini and Aquarius. We have Aries and Sagittarius. We got Cancer. Some Scorpio. Get some Virgo in there as well. You know, it's about actions. Like, getting more of a masculine energy from this, which kind of makes sense because I feel a lot of times this is a male thing. You know, it's hard. I'm not saying this is a male. I'm just saying this. It kind of feels like a masculine energy, almost like that toxic masculinity where it's hard for them to show emotions. As a man, we're brought up that way. That's not an excuse. Just we're brought up that way. We're brought up like a lot of men are brought up to believe that emotions are supposed to be bottled up. I mean, if I think back to my childhood, I remember falling one time and I scraped my knee, and my dad said, "You're gonna get up or you're gonna cry about it." It's shit like that gets in your head, and it takes a lot for us to get reprogrammed. But I feel like when we meet that right person, that's the beginning of a reprogram. You know, I know with my partner, I emotionally woke up one time, and I just got to the point where I felt like I had to share, and I felt like I could share with her and not get belittled for it. And once you open up and you're accepted that way, it becomes a lot easier. You know, and it's not to say that women don't have traumatic childhoods where, you know, there's things bestowed on them that they didn't really want. You know, I just honestly believe toxic males were raised by toxic males. I try not to raise my kids that way. You know, I try to teach my kids to be strong, but to know it's okay to be vulnerable to the right people. Just be better at picking who you are vulnerable to. You know, like I said, once you meet that right person, I feel like it's the beginning of a reprogram. You can, you know, once you feel accepted in having real emotions and accepted in showing them. Now, some people weren't brought up that way, so maybe they won't be so, you know, you may meet someone that's a little more open emotionally because that wasn't the way they were brought up. I'm just talking about the people that were brought up that way. You know, or they were open with someone and that person hurt them, and they, you know, like I said, with the Ten of Swords, it gives me the feeling of being betrayed. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So it's like having trust issues because you were betrayed. You know, so that may be, I always call it the arc. You know, it's like the origin stories. You know, maybe you were brought up a certain way. Maybe you were hurt by someone that, you know, in a romantic relationship, someone hurts you. So you resort back to shutting everybody out. And it takes the right person when you meet them to open back up again. Whatever the situation. And that's not a male problem. There's lots of females, the same thing. They open up, they share emotions. They either get them used against them or they get hurt because of them. And then you kind of resort back to your own little space and you're just like, I'm not going to let anybody else in again because that's what happens when it happens. Then you meet that right person and it's uncontrollable. You start opening up again. I mean, everybody has a different. I feel like everybody's life is different, and everybody has their own reasons to be how they are. But I truly feel like the person that really can get the most out of you is the person you were meant to be with. You know, you meet that one person that I feel like it's almost an unconscious decision to change, to evolve. And it's not even changing, really. I think that was a terrible word. 'Cause I don't find it's changing. It's just evolving would be a better word. Being who you were meant to be. Because people say that, a lot of people say people don't change. I, I, I believe people evolve. I believe you can be better every day than you were the day before. And I feel like with the right motivation makes that easier, if that makes sense at all. Be good. Take care. Stay safe. See you soon.